you personify an important part of the unique national bond and really a world bond. What you've done is incredible. Our two countries do a great deal of business together. $340 billion last year was the number. In May, the United Kingdom became the first country to make a trade deal with the United States during my second term, and we sort of wanted to make it the first because the bond is so strong and the relationship so long. That agreement will create billions of dollars in opportunities for American farmers to sell their products into the UK, reduce barriers to trade, and give the U.S. manufacturers better access to the UK's world-class aerospace supply chain, which is really is world-class. A lot of people don't understand it, the importance of that particular asset that you have. It's a beautiful job you've done. There's no more natural partnership in the world. Together, we're building up the industrial capacity of both of our countries, which is crucial to our defense. And we work so well together in defense. I met so many of the leaders of your defending group, and many of them I've known by name, but now I know them pretty well. We had some very good meetings today and yesterday. So we're taking the next logical step with a historic agreement on science and technology partnerships, and this will create new government, academic, and private sector cooperation in areas such as AI, which is taking over the world. I mean, I'm looking at you guys. You're taking over the world, Jensen. I don't know what you're doing here. I hope you're right. All I can say is we both hope you're right. But it's pretty amazing. Quantum computing, fusion, 6G, and civil nuclear energy, and align our nations through the approach of centered deregulation and innovation. And we're going to have a lot of deregulation and a tremendous amount of innovation. It's just happening. But this new accord is already helping spur a massive wave of private sector deals worth over $350 billion alone, headlined by a $136 billion from Blackstone. That's very nice. Steve, thank you. That's why you have that location, I think. It's considered the best seat of the year. Yours is pretty good, too, Jensen. That's good. That's great, Steve. You know what you're doing better than anybody. American company X Energy and British company Centrica has been announcing, and really for a long while, they've been talking about this deal, the deployment of modular nuclear reactors across the UK, all across the UK. It's been in the wind for a couple of years, and now we're getting it done, generating more than $50 billion in economic value, creating up to 2,500 jobs, and powering 1.5 million homes. That's a lot of homes. 7 decades after British genius Alan Turing pioneered the field, this agreement will also help America and our British allies dominate the future of artificial intelligence. You need the energy. You have to have the energy. That's one thing I learned very quickly. They need a lot of electricity. In the United States, you need double what we have right now just to maintain that fight. We're right now, and I want to say, leading China and the world by a lot in AI, a lot. And we're creating tremendous amounts of energy and letting you create your own electricity in many, many cases. And we're giving you very rapid approvals. We're getting them approvals like they've never seen before. They used to wait 15 and 20 years to be rejected. Now they wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to be accepted. That's a pretty big difference. And at the same time, we always have the environment in mind, but we move them along. But we're committed to ensuring that you have secure and reliable sources of American AI and quantum technology. We intend to always be the UK's strongest, closest, and most trusted business partner. Very important to us. The relationship is very important. 1 year ago, our country was in serious trouble. The King of Saudi Arabia, great gentleman, you all know him. He said, "Sir, your country was dead 1 year ago, and now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world," and it's true. We'll have more than $17 trillion invested in our country this year. 17 trillion, which is many, many times what we had last year, and we're only in our just about almost 9th month. It's moving along quickly. It's amazing. I was saying we're in our 3rd month, our 4th month, our 5th month, but we're at It's going to be over $17 trillion. No country has ever had anything like that, even close. GDP last quarter was 3.3%. Despite all of the things we're doing, one of the things we're doing, which I'm very proud of, is the border. We now have a totally closed border, totally secure. For 3 months, 0 people came into our country, bad people. And they come in, but they have to come in legally. We have a great process going. And inflation is virtually non-existent. As you know, we're taking in trillions of dollars from tariffs, and they've been so incredible for our country, so incredible. We're keeping our companies happy. We're keeping them solid and sane, and they're very, very thrilled at what's happened. They can't even believe it. And we've never seen investment like this. Without the tariffs, we would have just a fraction of that. And we're really the only one that can do tariffs. Nobody else is able to do them. With us, it works because people have to be there. But we've slashed 30-year-old regulations. And as you know, in my first term, we had a very successful first term. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And we had the biggest regulation cut in the history of our country. And now we're doing it again. We're slashing them at a level that is even beyond what we did in the first term. The first term, we did more regulation cutting by 4 times at any other time that any other country has done or that we've done. And we think we're going to exceed that this time. And we'll have regulation, but it'll be sane regulation. It'll be regulation that allows you to compete and do your thing, or regulations that you're able to get around and do things, and you no longer have that regulation. But we slashed regulations at a level that's never been done before, and we're doing it at the same level right now. I recently signed the largest tax cuts in our country's history, and the bill includes a 100% expensing for investments in equipment and factories. Nobody's ever seen anything like that, and it lasts for a 10-year period, so it's going to be there for a while. But the countries and companies are coming into our country for the expensing aspect of the bill. It was in I call it the big, beautiful bill, the great, big, beautiful bill. We got so much, the largest bill ever passed in the history of our country. In fact, so big that we really don't have to pass too much anymore. We can just do this for 4 years, implement. You know, I like to implement because the bills are wonderful, but you have to implement. But the expensing is going to be the reason, I think, that bigger than anything else, when you have 1 year expensing, you can write everything off for the first year, including structure. So you didn't even have that in the first bill. I think it was the biggest factor in the first bill why it led to such growth. And this is actually a better form of expensing, and it's actually more significant. So today, America is strong. Our economy is, I think, potentially the strongest it's ever been. We'll see very soon those big places that are being built all over the country. Car companies are moving in. AI is moving in. Everybody's coming in. They all want to be here. The drug companies are coming back. They all want to be there. They sort of have to be there, but they want to be there. But with this agreement, our cherished friendship with the United Kingdom is getting stronger and stronger. And again, I want to thank the Prime Minister. He worked very hard on this and getting this deal done. This is long in the making. They've been talking about it for a long time, and we got it done. And it's a real honor to be with you, and thank you very much. Thank you.
In Van Buren Township, where a possible expansion of a landfill has got some folks upset.
I'm losing my hometowns to trash.
Coming up, what else are residents talking about?
Domestic violence cases are up, and the budgets to help deal with these situations are drying up. I'm Dave Kinchin with the story of one nonprofit looking to the public for help. Next.
I'm meteorologist Rich Ludeman. We had a warm afternoon. We also had heavy downpours on Detroit's east side this evening. Now it's a weak cold front bringing changes to our weather. We're going to detail those numbers for you just ahead.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now. Breaking news tonight from Ann Arbor. Police are searching for the suspect in a stabbing. University of Michigan Department of Public Safety releasing this photo of the man they are looking for. 33-year-old Legarian Thomas, seen here wearing a white dress shirt with a tie and blue jeans. We're told the stabbing occurred around 6:30 this evening in the area of Zena Pitcher and Catherine Streets. Make sure you stay with Fox 2 for updates.
Also tonight, the public sound off over plans to expand a Van Buren Township landfill. Good evening, everybody. I'm Root Brad.
And I'm Taryn Asher. Wayne Disposal has faced intense pushback from local residents. Fox News' Lauren Edwards joining us live now with more about tonight's public meeting. And Lauren, we know that they got pretty heated at times.
You know, it got pretty heated tonight. I can't tell you that, Root, Taryn. That landfill was top of mind for many, and it's been top of mind for quite some time. There's so many people that were telling us that they are just simply upset about it, and this latest proposal is not helping at all. Take a look at how the night started with a protest. It was dozens of folks in front of Wayne County Community College with their signs in hand, protesting, standing in unity against this landfill. Now, inside the building, though, was EGLE and EPA holding a public meeting to hear residents' concerns about Wayne Disposal, a landfill that's along I-94 in Van Buren Township, towering over I-94. And EGLE presented its draft license, which increases capacity from 22 million cubic yards to 27 million cubic yards. Now, it's that expansion that has got some residents absolutely up in arms. Dozens attended the meeting, voicing concerns about everything from the height of the landfill to what happens when it rains to safety of residents.
They're not legally required to let us know about shipment notifications. Now, you know, accidents happen and you're on 94, and this is Michigan. We get icy roads, and I'm a concerned resident. What are your safety measures if there is a truck accident or whatever, with not just the road, the air quality, waste of water, all of that surrounding that area? What are your plans?
So a lot of that is like, what environmental monitoring is in place? Is it appropriate? Is it applicable, right? Like, how do the operations happen? Is it, you know, are particulates getting off-site? So we're concerned about a lot of the same things. It's just the department is looking at these requirements in a very technical manner and determining, are they appropriate? And right now the department has made the determination that it's appropriate.
Now, EGLE says that public comment wasn't just tonight, that it actually goes through to October 31st. Then people can email them or mail them their concerns, and that they will be read and considered. And coming up on the edge, we're going to get into what the EPA has to say about it all as well. Reporting live here in Van Buren Township, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Well, Lauren, you can't blame these residents for their concerns. I mean, a landfill in their backyard, basically. But the question is, will it actually make a difference moving forward with the expansion? And how much will their concerns be considered?
That is one of the questions that came up many times tonight, Taryn. People saying that, you know, we have a lot of concerns, but we feel like that it's already been approved, that it's going to happen. But again, EPA and EGLE saying we're going to read everything. We're going to consider everything that everyone has to say.
Well, let's hope they do for their sakes. Thank you so much, Lauren.
More than 90 shots fired outside a Detroit motorcycle club. A security guard hurt, and a manhunt underway right now for the shooter or the shooters involved. This was early this morning in the area of Ewald Circle and Livernois on the city's west side. At least one man drove up and opened fire. The security guard tried to run across the street. He was hit in the leg in the back. Police aren't saying whether there were any fired return shots.
Conflict resolution is my message. The chief has made it very clear that we need to put the guns down. We need to make sure that we respect each other, respect life.
We're told the victim is out of the hospital. Again, nobody's in custody. Police are asking for help from the public to try to solve this one. All right, my friends, let's check out the weather. It's just beautiful outside. We did, though, see some showers pass through Metro Detroit today, but most of us have stayed dry.
But in those areas, Rich, they were pretty heavy, weren't they?
Yes, especially on the east side of Detroit. Eastern Wayne County had upwards of 2 inches of rain in spots. There were also heavy downpours earlier today around Saginaw, just to the west of Port Huron. But we're going to zoom in and show you this flare-up of very heavy showers and storms right over Belle Isle, also the Grosse most points. The east side of Detroit saw as much as 2 inches. Here is that footprint of heavy rainfall, and we did have a flash flood warning earlier this evening that has been discontinued, but some of the runoff continues, so obviously keep your kids away from any high water. But the showers are over. That's it. It's very mild out there for the rest of tonight as a weak cold front works through. We'll get down to 62 on average. Now, earlier today, we were in the mid to upper 80s, but moving forward in the forecast, not as warm for Friday and Saturday. Still very nice. And then rain chances increase Sunday night into Monday as we officially welcome fall. That's Monday. Rupin Taryn, a full check coming up in 20.
Thanks, Rich. Well, a haven for support for victims of sexual violence now suffering from a funding shortfall.
The Detroit-based nonprofit helped thousands of people over the years, but now the group that's helped so many needs help themselves. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin is working this story for us live tonight near downtown Detroit. Dave.
Yeah, you know, Rupin Taryn, it's so emotional for everyone. The nonprofits doing this work, helping the survivors, law enforcement trying to do these investigations, and really, certainly the survivors and the families themselves. But I want to show you this place that we toured tonight in downtown Detroit. This is a place on the front lines, the Avalon Healing Center in downtown Detroit. They specialize in helping survivors of domestic violence. It's especially personal for them. We've been reporting on it. They've been dealing with an uptick in domestic violence cases, and at least four of them have turned fatal in the last 2 months. Now, over at Avalon downtown, they say that they are striving to connect survivors to legal services, personal protection orders, and helping people get away from relationship violence while guiding them through the legal system for their safety. They also help survivors of sexual assault. They serve all of Wayne County, and they're expanding services to Monroe County. But leaders with the organization, they say federal money for their work is drying up at a critical time. State money, too, because of that budget stalemate in Lansing. Here's a tour of their facility and a look at what's at stake.
We have a medical practitioner who comes and does all of our follow-up care, and this is one of our rooms. You can come in. We have our colposcope. Here we have an evidence collection kit and a bathroom for private use. So all of the medical exam work is done right in here. This is a culturally specific organization that addresses sexual violence with women of color, particularly Black women and Hispanic. So Sasha has her own lane here. If mom or dad has to go to court, the children can wait here. We are reimbursed by the federal government, by the state, so every exam, every client interaction is considered a unit, which is reimbursed. So we have to code it and all of that. With this funding holdup, I'm going to call it a holdup, we don't know when reimbursements will come through, and we don't know if they're going to come through. So our goal is to tell everyone to write your legislatures, write everybody, write your senators, write the House, write the governor, and say, we need you to balance this budget.
Well, meantime, it's a lot of the federal money as it relates to the Department of Justice, where those cuts are taking place, or proposed cuts. That's where the trickle down is there. Meantime, there is help, certainly with the National Violence Prevention or National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you or you know someone who needs help to get away from a dangerous situation, you can call 1-800-799-7233. We'll have that number, of course, on our website, fox2detroit.com. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Another reason these state lawmakers need to get their acts together and get this deal on the table. Thank you, Dave Kinchin, for us live tonight. Still ahead, a massive drug bust leaving 4 people behind bars. We'll tell you how investigators cracked the case. Also tonight.
No parent should have to give their own child's eulogy.
Heartbroken parents pleading to Congress to step in after conversations with ChatGPT led to their children taking their own lives. Coming up, an AI expert joining us here in studio to discuss what steps must be taken to keep kids safe.